Well, from my perspective, I think what we need to do is we need to go one step further in terms of going away from technology-driven and data-driven. We need to become more user-driven or use-driven. And that means that we're going into the knowledge infrastructure. We need to have intelligence about data, about information. So from my perspective, going into knowledge networks, into knowledge infrastructure. That's one part of it. And I think we also need to go further in respect to the functions of what Geo is allowing us to do. In which way does that allow us to do what in respect to decision making, to planning, to be aware, and so on. So to build a bridge between the technology and what it enables with us humans, or respectively with autonomous machines, because that might also be a use case or is a use case for geospatial domain as well.
What I see as a feature of next generation and also as an ecosystem, we will be all part of the same journey. And I think this is, to me, is a very interesting journey, because we are now bringing all the parties together. We also incorporating series of technology into this. I mean, the automations in particular, and also machine learning, integrating all of those together to create a new series of capabilities, which we are experiencing. And then at the same time, the system keep getting more mature as a result of our interactions with that. So therefore, we are going to have a more exciting future for all of us.
Well, that's a success story. Human mankind have not been forced to make maps. At one point, they came up with the idea of making a map. And since then, it hasn't gone away. It's a success story because a map allows us to holistically understand complex patterns, spatial patterns. And that function, that main function of a map is remaining always. So whenever there are human users, but also machine users, there is a need for producing maps. Now, what is changing is the way we do it, the technology behind it. What is changing is the easy access to data, so we can produce much more maps than ever. What is changing are the attributes, something like that maps are available ubiquitously in real time, that they are adequate to the medium I'm using, if it's on a mobile phone or on a laptop machine, or if that is an augmented reality device. What is not changing, what remains, is that maps are a most effective tool for communication, spatial information. Well, from my perspective, a digital twin is the same thing as we discussed before. Where does that lead us? When I'm having a digital twin, so what is the function of it? What's the benefit of it? So at one point, I will need to include also the same procedures in a digital virtual environment. When I'm trying to make decisions in a digital environment, a digital twin environment, I will also have the same procedures there, that I'm aggregating, I'm filtering, I'm selecting information in a sense that I can make reasoning about it, that I can make decisions about it. So I think it's actually instrumental to have cartography and maps in the digital twin as well.
We established with a view of how we can empower the societies and governments. And in fact, by leveraging off the location intelligence as an enabler, and similar to the other type of infrastructure. And we work very closely with industry, wider industry definition, which is also comprises of all government and also private sectors, and of course academia into that mix, to work together to addressing the needs of the societies and addressing the challenges that we face as societies today. And now we are seeing the power of digitalization, and at the same time also the power of location, because location has been actually widely used in response to the pandemic that we all faced as society. And then it also helped all the sectors to better perhaps being prepared and also manage themselves, and in a particular helping the vulnerable society part. It's interesting what we can now do with all these new technological advancements is to bringing and integrating multi-source live data feed into the system, capturing those informations, applying series of analytics right at the beginning of collections, and then integrating those and bringing series of new opportunities that we never had before. And now the capacity of the system is becoming more and more advanced into that. So therefore, we're getting better actually understanding and also predictions, modeling, forecasting, and then providing series of simulation that we can actually better experience before even perhaps taking that to action.